Have you ever wondered why you're following a strict diet, working out regularly, but the scale refuses to move? Or worse, maybe you lose a little weight, only to gain it all back? You're not lazy and you're not lacking willpower. So what's really going on? The answer might lie in a hormone called insulin. Hi there and welcome. I'm really glad you're here today. My name is James Bennett, and if you've been trying to lose weight, eat better, or just feel better in your body, but nothing seems to work, then this video might give you the breakthrough you've been looking for. Today, we're talking about a hormone that affects nearly every part of your metabolism. It impacts your hunger, your energy, your fat-burning ability, and even your mood. That hormone is insulin. Now, insulin often gets a bad rap. You probably heard people say things like, insulin makes you fat, or you can't lose weight unless you keep your insulin low. Maybe you've seen keto advocates or fasting fans online talking about insulin like it's the ultimate villain, but the truth is far more complex and far more interesting. In this video, I'm going to explain what insulin actually is, how it works in your body, how it relates to fat storage, and what really happens when insulin becomes imbalanced. We're also going to dive into insulin resistance, what it is, how it develops, and why it might be silently blocking your ability to lose weight. But most importantly, I'll show you what you can do, practically sustainably, to reset your insulin response and make fat loss easier and more natural. No fad diets, no starvation, just a smarter understanding of your body. So grab a drink, settle in, and let's talk about insulin. If you found this content helpful and want to discover more simple yet effective tips for staying healthy every day, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on health and nutrition. Here, every video is carefully researched and shared with passion, helping you better understand your health, nutrition, and how to care for your body naturally. Join us on this journey to feel stronger, healthier, and more energized every day. Let's start with the basics. What actually is insulin? Insulin is a hormone produced by your pancreas. It's released every time you eat, especially when you eat carbohydrates. When you eat a meal, your body breaks it down into smaller nutrients. Carbohydrates get broken down into glucose, which is sugar. That sugar then enters your bloodstream. Now here's the key. Your blood can't handle having too much sugar floating around. High blood sugar is toxic if it's not managed properly. So your body has a solution. Insulin. Insulin acts like a key. It unlocks the doors to your cells so that sugar can move out of your blood and into your cells. There, it can either be used immediately for energy or stored for later use. Some of that sugar will be stored as glycogen in your muscles and liver. But once those storage tanks are full, the rest is converted into fat and stored in your fat cells. So yes, insulin helps store fat, but that's not a bad thing. That's its job. It's trying to keep you alive and regulate your blood sugar. The real issue arises when insulin is constantly high, when the storage mode never shuts off. And that's what we're seeing more and more of in the modern world. Let's talk about how insulin affects fat storage. You see, your body is designed to switch between two modes, storage mode and burn mode. Insulin is the switch. When insulin is high, you're in storage mode. Your body focuses on storing energy, not burning it. It's holding on to nutrients and pushing excess glucose into your fat cells. When insulin is low, the switch flips. Your body starts to burn stored energy, especially fat, for fuel. Now, here's the modern problem. Most people are stuck in storage mode all day long. Why? Because we eat constantly. Think about it. Many people eat breakfast at 7 a.m., grab a snack mid-morning, eat lunch around noon, have a coffee with sugar and milk in the afternoon, a snack at 4, dinner at 7, and maybe dessert or a late-night nibble before bed. That's 5, 6, sometimes 8 insulin spikes per day. Your body never gets a break. The switch never flips to fat-burning mode. And when insulin is always high, not only are you storing more fat, but your body also loses the ability to efficiently burn the fat it already has. You're locked out of your own energy reserves. So, what happens when this goes on for months or years? Eventually, your cells start to ignore insulin signal. This is called insulin resistance. Imagine knocking on a door over and over again. At first, someone opens, But if you knock too often, too loudly, they might start ignoring you. That's what happens to your cells. Insulin keeps knocking, and your cells stop listening. Your pancreas, thinking the signal isn't working, responds by producing even more insulin. So now you have even higher insulin levels, and your body is working overtime trying to manage blood sugar. This vicious cycle makes it harder to burn fat, easy to gain fat, and drastically increases your hunger, especially cravings for sugar and carbs. Even worse, insulin resistance is at the root of many chronic diseases: type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, heart disease, clothes in women, and even some forms of cognitive decline. And the scariest part? You can have insulin resistance for years before it shows up in a standard blood test. So what's causing the spike in insulin resistance? One major culprit is our diet. Diets high in processed foods, added sugars, white flour, and sugary drinks are everywhere. These foods digest quickly and cause big spikes in blood sugar, which leads to big insulin releases. Next is eating frequency. Constant snacking means constant insulin stimulation. Your body never gets the rest it needs. Then there's sedentary behavior. When you don't move your body, your muscles aren't using glucose as fuel. That means more sugar lingers in your blood, which requires more insulin to manage. Add sleep deprivation to the mix, and your insulin sensitivity drops, sometimes by 20 to 30% after just one bad night of sleep. Finally, we can't ignore chronic stress. Elevated cortisol, your stress hormone, makes your body more insulin resistant and encourages belly fat storage. Individually, each factor is a problem, but together, they create the perfect storm for insulin dysfunction and stall fat loss. Let's now walk through what actually happens when your insulin is high and you're trying to lose fat. First, high insulin keeps fat locked away. Even if your body needs energy, it won't access fat stores until insulin comes down. That means you're more likely to feel tired and hungry, even if you're eating enough. Second, insulin increases hunger and cravings. That's right. High insulin doesn't suppress appetite. It drives it, and it makes you crave fast-burning foods like sugar and starch. Third, it affects your energy levels. When your cells don't respond well to insulin, they don't absorb glucose effectively. That leads to energy crashes, brain fog, and the dreaded afternoon slump. And fourth, high insulin promotes storage of visceral fat. That's the dangerous fat that surrounds your organs. This kind of fat is inflammatory and closely linked to serious health problems. So if you're struggling to lose weight despite doing everything right, insulin might be the missing link. Now the question you've been waiting for: how do you fix it? Fortunately, insulin resistance is highly reversible with the right habits. First, focus on whole foods. Eat more vegetables, healthy fats, and proteins. Cut back on refined carbs and sugar. That means fewer baked goods, sugary drinks, and snack foods. Second, consider meal timing. Give your body space between meals. If you're always grazing, insulin stays elevated. Try eating 3 solid meals a day and leave 4 to 5 hours between them. Even better, experiment with a 12-12 or 16:8 eating window. Third, move your body daily. Strength training is especially powerful. It increases glucose uptake by muscles with less insulin. Walking after meals also helps lower blood sugar quickly. Fourth, prioritize sleep. Go to bed earlier. Avoid screens before bed. Keep your room dark and cool. Sleep is not a luxury. It's metabolic medicine. Fifth, manage stress. Chronic stress keeps your body in a state of emergency, which raises blood sugar and insulin. Try meditation, deep breathing, journaling, or just walking in nature. These habits aren't extreme. They're consistent, and over time, they'll reshape your body's hormonal environment. Before we wrap up, let's clear up a few myths. Myth number 1, you can't lose weight if insulin is high. Not true. You can lose weight in a calorie deficit, but high insulin makes it much harder. Your body resists using fat for fuel. Myth number 2, all carbs are bad. Nope. Refined carbs are problematic. But whole food carbs, like fruits, legumes, oats, and root vegetables, can absolutely be part of a balanced diet, especially when paired with fat and protein. Myth number 3, fasting is the only solution. While intermittent fasting helps, it's not a silver bullet. You can improve insulin through sleep, exercise, and better food choices without going hungry for long stretches. Insulin isn't your enemy, it's your ally. It just needs to be working with you, not against you. So what's the big takeaway here? Insulin is essential to life. It helps you store energy, regulate blood sugar, and build muscle. But when it's out of balance, it silently sabotages your metabolism and your fat-burning ability. The good news? You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You just need to work with your body instead of fighting it. Eat fewer processed carbs. Move more. Sleep better. Stress less. And give your body more time between meals. These simple changes over time will help restore insulin sensitivity and open the door to easier, more sustainable weight loss. If this video gave you some clarity or insight, hit that like button. It really helps more people find this content. Leave a comment and let me know what part resonated with you most. And don't forget to subscribe if you want more science-backed health and nutrition videos every week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Be kind to your body. You only get one. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.